Quantum TV keeps calling you out in his videos, plus he called Ackman's mom. So Quantum TV, this has gotten to the highest levels. Keemstar made a video about this. Like, it's just, I mean, guys, it's really going over the top, guys. I can't even, free publicity. That, yeah, he's promoting me. Thank God for that. Listen, the guy's a troll. Well, here's the thing. Is that, I mean, YouTube is not very good at, like, dealing with this kind of stuff quickly because they're just busy, right? They've got a lot of stuff going on and, you know, it is what it is. But YouTube will eventually deal with this and they're probably gonna ban the guy, you know? And that's about it. After they ban him, we're gonna be out of content. It's gonna be awful. So yeah, that's the way I see it, right? Is like YouTube is gonna do it, but it's gonna take them a while of time. The guy's blowing it out to the point where the law is gonna get involved. Yeah, exactly, man. I understand that. Critical levels of absolute derangement, something like that. Speaking of critical levels of absolute derangement, we also have to talk about there were a lot of people who were not happy at the fact that I got an interview last time. Now, I know this might shock nobody, but there were a lot of people out there who were furious. They were so angry that of all the people, of every single person that could possibly get an interview, it had to be me. And it's like, it's kind of like, why are they mad? Because basically there are these people that, you know, because Blizzard obviously hasn't done a lot of stories recently, the community's come up with their own fan fiction. And so these people have invented a person out there that's supposed to be me. And like, this person is going to be like, okay, he hates black people. I didn't even know that I hated black people, but apparently I do. On top of that, I also hate women. I hate gay people. Who else do I hate? I honestly lose track, guys. I really do. Because if I just go to these comments, they just give out a list of all the things that I don't like. It's like, as I said, it's like Game of Thrones, where they list out the king and like all of his titles. They're listing out me and all of my isms, right? Like, that's it. And meanwhile, I don't even know this is happening, right? I'm just sitting here streaming, you know, talking about a video game, and I go over to Twitter or something like this, and I read it, and it's like, oh my God, where are these people coming from, man? Yeah, it's just nuts. And so yeah, it's nuts, man. And say to everyone equally, there's no problem. I don't hate anybody except for people that are rude to me, right? That's it. And like, I think that and always the evidence that they have is like one tweet that I made 5 years ago. And they're like, yes, see? Yeah, see, he hates him. It's like, that was a joke, number one. Number two, like, some of the tweets, I didn't even make these tweets. It's like, you know, they just wrote it, photoshopped it in there. Like, I don't even say this shit. And like, also, I mean, let's be honest, I've made a lot of bad jokes over the years. And you want to know how many of them I'm sorry for? 0. I don't care. So just keep that in mind. I don't want anybody to think that this is me trying to, you know, not be, not own up to it, right? Of course, I'm not sorry about any of it. I think it's funny. And so, yeah, absolutely not. And that's the one important bit of information. And you know why I'm not sorry is because I know that there's no ill intent behind them. I know that I'm a good guy to an extent. And it's not, I don't hate people categorically. And so it's important to keep that in mind. However, there are a lot of people out there who believe the opposite. It's always funny to read these comments. It is. None of the MMO champion thread were talking about the actual interview. And so this is what I find to be so interesting too, is that if you go to one of these pages, I don't know if I can find this, MMO champion, and I look at the threads, literally nothing. Like, none of it even has to do with anything. Like, it doesn't have anything to do with like what I'm saying. It doesn't have to do with the interview. It has to do with like some other random stuff that like people are just arguing about me. Show the comments, free content. Oh, don't worry about it. I will. So many comments criticizing you. It's nuts, man. They want to waste your time. Yeah, I know. People on there are actually deranged. I think that the reason why they're so unhappy about me, the reason why they're so angry, is the fact that it's the fact that I do what they think that you shouldn't be able to do, right? These are the people that got bullied in school for playing video games and they hid their passions. These are the people who don't like to tell their friends what their interests are because they're afraid that people won't like them, while they secretly hoard and collect Funko Pops of Porgs in Star Wars. This is the kind of people they are. They're repressed, sad, angry, resentful losers. And that's all they are. And as soon as you understand that about them, everything else makes perfect sense. Because look at me. We come on here, and this is why they hate my community too, is that we don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if people like or don't like what I'm saying. I do to an extent. To be fair, I do. However, the effect that I do care, I make it very known. And I also try to, you know, like, I try not to make people mad unconditionally, right? Of course. But in general, I try to just be myself. And I think that whenever you're yourself, whenever you're truly yourself online, you have so many people that are going to rise up to tear you down. Because these are people who have lived a repressed life of resentment, a repressed life of missed opportunities, of lost interests, of, you know, just like people that didn't have the opportunity or didn't want to take control of the opportunity to own their own life, you know. And these are the kinds of people that that rise up and they shit on you whenever you do the same thing. It's like crabs in a bucket. They never want to see somebody else come out ahead because they couldn't do the same thing themselves. That's the facts.